Hi everyone. I've had the hardest time getting this video to work. I was using my earbuds, and for some reason, when I would flip it to film me, it would turn the volume down to way low. So I don't know. I must have dinked around with it and flipped a switch somewhere to make it do that. But I did buy these earbuds to use, so they seem to be working fine. So we'll see. But what I want to talk to you about, there's something I've been wanting to talk about, and I just have been putting it off. So I guess there's no time like the present. But before I get started, as usual, I just want to say everything I say on this channel is my opinion and my opinion only. If you have any questions, I really encourage you to do your own research. If there's any questions you think that I can answer, I'm happy to try. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you I do not know. But anyway, yes, just remember, I'm just an old lady with an iPad. I live 27 miles from the University of Idaho. Both of my girls graduated from the University of Idaho, and I remember when this happened, and um, I'll never forget it. It just really touched me. And my both of my girls were in town a couple weekends ago, and they were just laughing because they both said, "Mom, if that happened while we were going there, you would have went crazy." And I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure I would have. I was trying to play all cool, like, oh no, I wouldn't have, but no, I would have, because I remember when it happened. But I do these because of Maddie Mogen, Kaylie Goncalves. Those are the two girls who've been lifelong friends, just like my two girls. I call them both my girls. I only gave birth to one of them, but the other one was just with us constantly. My daughter was with their family, and 30 years later, we're still all of us really good friends. But also Ethan, Chapin, and Xana Kernodle, I don't want to forget about them. I think about those young kids and their families every single day, along with the two girls who were there the night that it happened. And that's what I want to talk about. There's one girl, and I don't know that much about him, but the one girl who saw him, she gave a description, and they did a artist's rendering. And when Kohberger was arrested, they showed that artist rendering, and she was pretty spot on with the eyes and the bushy eyebrows. It was kind of gave you chills. I don't know if you all saw that or not. And I believe she lives in Oregon. I don't want to say the town because it is a very small town that she lives in. And the other girl lives in Arizona. I think it was Arizona. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there and a lot of different theories on what happened, and a lot of it revolves around why it wasn't called into the police until it was almost noon the next day before it was called in. And to me, that was not out of the ordinary, or I didn't have a problem with that at all, but I did raise two teenagers, three if you count Ashley, but and my kids, I kind of would give them the weekends off. Of course, when they went to college, they were on their own. I didn't. I was really lucky. I had really good kids, and I just basically told them when they were in junior high and high school. You guys, you wait till you go to college and then drink your beer, smoke your pot, do whatever. But, get out of my house and then go do that stuff. Not that they did that stuff. They did a lot. They weren't little angels. But that was one thing. I don't know anything about these girls that were in there, but it wouldn't surprise me. It was a Saturday night going into Sunday morning, and when I was young, and even now, well, now I'm up at the butt crack of dawn, but when I was young and I had a chance to sleep in, I would sleep the day away. And my mom used to say that you could tear the house down around me and I would never know it. But I didn't get a lot of chances to sleep in. I grew up with animals, and we had horses and cows and had a pig. My little brother won a greased pig contest one year, and chickens, and those animals had to be fed and watered, and it didn't matter if it was your birthday or Christmas Day or whatever. So I didn't get a lot of chance to sleep in. And my kids were kind of the same way. They both worked. My daughter worked at the cafeteria of a hospital. So after going to school, she would go to work. And she also worked really hard on her schoolwork. She was a straight A student. She applied for a lot of scholarships, which her first couple of years were pretty much paid for by scholarships. So she did really well, and I didn't begrudge them sleeping in. And just the other day, a friend of mine has a 13-year-old boy, and he was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he was asleep. And I told my friend, like, what else is a 13-year-old boy supposed to do in the summertime? Like, let him sleep. He was up with his friends all day and playing in the pool and in the hot sun, and yeah, let him sleep. And I just think I'm kind of getting off track here, but I think that one girl, especially the one that heard the noise, and she got up and she kind of opened the door and she didn't see or hear anything. She closed the door. Then she went back to bed. Then she got up again. And the third time when she opened the door, somebody was walking past her, all dressed in black with the really bushy eyebrows. And she just froze. And it's a good thing that she did, because who knows what would have happened to her otherwise. That's one of the reasons I feel so bad for her. She must have just been so scared. But then again, she might have just been thinking that she was dreaming. But and so she locked her bedroom door and she went back to bed. And I don't know, maybe she had taken some kind of drugs, or I don't know. I don't know what kids today take, but I'm thinking like a Valium and drinking beer or alcohol would be enough to make you like pass out for the night. But the next day, she did call a friend of hers because there was somebody who was unconscious and she couldn't get them to wake up. And when the friend came over, actually a couple of friends came over, and then they used her phone and called the police. They haven't released any of the 911 tapes, so I don't know. But in that, which we'll talk about this more, in the motion for the change of venue, they attached all the press releases and everything that had been going on with the Moscow Police Department in the days after the stabbings, which I don't know what the defense team is thinking. They attached all of these police Department press releases that where they were begging for people to help. Like, if anybody knows anything, please give us a call. And to them, that proves how the county's just oversaturated with publicity. But yes, of course, the first week after it happened, people were, nervous. They wanted to know what was going on. And the first couple pages of that motion to change venue, they make it sound like that they just basically, Brian was just driving down the road and they pulled him over and said, okay, you're it. We're going to arrest you. And it wasn't like that at all. I remember. And I just think they followed the evidence, and that led to Kohberger being arrested. He didn't ride in on a unicorn with fairy dust and here's your man. I just think that between the Moscow Police Department, the Idaho State Patrol, and the FBI, that they did their jobs, they followed the evidence, and it led to Brian Kohberger, and he was arrested December 30th, 2022. The other thing, but I just think these two kids that were left there afterwards, I don't think it ties to any conspiracies or anything like that. I just think it's a matter of kids who were probably working really hard all week long on their schoolwork because they were getting ready for the Thanksgiving break, and they went partying with their friends, and they got home. It was after 1 o'clock in the morning when they got home, and they went to bed and went to sleep. And they weren't woke up by any noises of the stabbings, because I'm sure if they would have known about the stabbings, that they would have called the police right away. I don't think there's any kind of conspiracy or anything like that behind them, but you let me know what you think. I hope you guys like my video. Leave me a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate all the new subscribers, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I have really learned a lot from the comments, and I want you guys to know I don't agree with all of them, but I will never delete them. So have at it. Let it rip. Okay, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. I made an end card. I've learned how to do that. So if you stay till the end of this video, you'll see what my next video is about. I hope. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.